The parliamentary candidate of the Progressive People's Party for the Clotekole constituency, IAL Loo, has passed on.
An official of the party, Richmond Kielson, confirmed her passing to Joy News, but would give no further details. Until her death, Mrs. Loo was a vociferous female voice in Ghana's politics, having been named a vice presidential candidate of the Progressive People's Party in the 2012 elections. She was the first woman to be chosen as a vice presidential candidate here in our country. Ms. Loo attended Wesley Girls High School in Cape Coast. She's an engineer by profession and holds a master's degree in intelligent management systems, system analysis and design. She was the first satellite communications engineer and the first woman engineer to be employed at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation back in 1972.
The National Executive Committee and the National Council of the New Patriotic Party have adopted the party's manifesto, due to be launched on Sunday at the Trade Fair Center here in Accra.
The party has also extended what it calls an olive branch to disenfranchised members of the party in a bid to bring them on board to go into the elections with a united front. Speaking to our colleague Latif Idris at the party's headquarters, acting national chairman Freddie Blay revealed that the party has unanimously agreed on the manifesto committee's work.
Every individual who mattered within the New Patriotic Party was here at the party headquarters in Accra. Now, the agenda was straight and simple. It's about what lies ahead of the New Patriotic Party on Sunday. That is the manifesto launch. I've been speaking to the acting national chairman of the party, that is Freddie Blay, who has been throwing more light on what Ghanaians should look out for come Sunday at the Trade Fair Center.
This is our manifesto. Indeed, there is one thing that I can say. It is an expression of intent. That's what the manifesto is about. We don't want to make it look like as if we are hyping it. But it's a reality. We are serious. We are sincere. That is what we want to do for this country.
You've christened your manifesto as solutions to the challenges facing the country. Can you give us some thematic areas this manifesto is going to tackle?
We haven't christened it. It's an agenda for change. And we want to tell you that this country, it's challenged, particularly with regards to job creation. Youth want jobs, and that will be our main preoccupation. What can we do to make sure to put young men and women in this country to work?
Is the party going into these elections with a united front?
What do you mean a united front? Are we divided? Somebody told you that the party is divided?
It's a fact that we have a substantive, national chairman of the party.
You are talking to the acting master chairman. That is what our constitutional arrangements are. There is nothing wrong. We are going by the constitution.
Are there any considerations on the table that maybe we will bring on board these two individuals, or three individuals actually, to go into these elections with?
We are not discussing this matter now.
Yeah.
Ghanaians expect us to work towards winning power, bringing about prosperity in their life, bringing about good governance. And what I mean by good governance means that an accountable government that is not soaked in corruption.
I've also been speaking to the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Obri Boahen, on the status of the suspended National Chairman Paul Afoko and the General Secretary of the party, Kwabna Ejapon, on whether or not the party is willing to bring these individuals on board to go into the December 7 elections with a united front. But the Deputy General Secretary wouldn't say.
We are going to extend an olive branch to our colleagues who have decided to go as independent candidates.
Olive branch, what does that mean?
It means that we are going to welcome all of them. You sit down, iron out our differences, move us sitting. United we stand, divided we fall. Former President Kufuor has agreed in principle to talk to them. So who am I to preempt the outcome of that meeting?
But are you launching this manifesto as a united front?
We are.
With Paul Afoko, Kwabna Ejapon, Sami Crab not in the party?
We are launching this manifesto inviting every individual, whether
extended official invitation to these individuals.
With due respect, no further comment on that. The bottom line is every individual, even you are invited.
Amen.
Well, in other parties, the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, Hassan Ayariga, says Ghanaians should brace themselves for a massive economic transformation if he is given the nod in the upcoming election.
Well, Hassan Ayariga says the governing National Democratic Congress should be voted out because it has failed to deliver prosperity to Ghanaians as promised in the party's 2012 manifesto. He was speaking at the launch of the APC's 2016 manifesto Thursday.
Completely eradicate doom song. Completely eradicate doom song. That was created by the MPP and the NDC. The current unreliable electricity supply crisis reorient energy tariff policy to reduce the burden of businesses. We will not adapt the 2-2 energy approach of I will fix it, I will fix it, and we will eradicate it completely.
On his plans for the country, Mr. Hassan Ayariga said the goal of the APC is to build a highly developed country hinging on a prosperous population with a high quality of life.
The APC leader says his government will insist on the judicious use of Ghana's resources to build an inclusive economy where every village or community has access to a minimum set of amenities and opportunities.
My vision for Ghana is that of an optimistic, self-confident and a prosperous nation with a strong and thriving democracy society in which mutual trust and economic opportunity exist for all irrespective of their background. When elected, the next APC government of Hassan Ayariga will place people at its center by making people indeed matter. Their hopes and their concerns must drive its policies and priorities. Hassan Ayariga does not offer you the wealth. I cannot solve every problem in your life. But what I can do, promise, is a Ghana that works and gives each and every one of us the opportunity to improve and or better our lives.
In a separate development, Baku Central MPP executives also want the Electoral Commission to investigate Hassan Ayariga's nationality.
At a press conference in Bolgatanga on Thursday, the party alleged that the APC flag bearer, Hassan Ayariga, is on record to have traveled to Germany on a Burkinabe passport, a situation they claim makes him unqualified to contest the upcoming elections.
The MPP alleged that Hassan Ayariga is a questionable character who is in bed with the governing NDC and should not be taken serious. Deputy General Secretary of the MPP for Baku Central, Umar Sanusi Sharif, addressed the media.
Is it not ironic for Hassan Ayariga, whose father went into exile after the overthrow of Dr. Hele Liman's administration by the PNDC, to now feel comfortable with the NDC, which is an offshoot of the PNDC? Anytime Hassan Ayariga attacks our flag bearer, then his actions inure to the benefit of the NDC. We are questioning Hassan Ayariga's moral character, and we challenge him to come out and debate us on what we are telling the whole country today. For us, it is important and a civil duty to expose Hassan Boga to the good people of this country and not to allow him to lie to Ghanaians anymore.
Other Baku Central MPP executives cast slurs on the reputation of the APC flag bearer, Hassan Ayariga.
He has lived in Germany for so many years. What we are saying is that we are aware that he went to Germany as a British leg. And the authorities can check that with the German embassy to know his status. That's what we don't. That's what we are asking the EC is beyond what he is saying. But the truth of the matter is that, as far as we are concerned, Hassan Ayariga is not even a Ghanaian as we speak right now. Or this is a personality who wants a Burkina Faso passport.
Hassan Ayariga attack Nana. Tomorrow we are going to attack him. We are just doing it because of always used to attack Nana. How can a political party, opposition party, you supposed to attack ruling government or ruling party, and you leave them and now tend to attack your opponents who are in opposition. What is the meaning of this? So Hassan Ayarga, if Hassan Ayarga refused to attack Nana today, tomorrow we are going to attack him again. We are doing it because of whether he's a Ghanaian, he's not a Ghanaian. Sometimes we can matter, but we are doing this press conference to attack Hassan Ayarga because of Nana Akufo-Addo.
The Boko Central MPP executives say they will continue to respond to Hassan Ayarga's attacks on Nana Addo and will continue to expose more skeletons in Mr. Ayarga's closet.
Over 800 residents of Paibo, a suburb of Aduejiri in the eastern region, whose houses and property were destroyed by a dynamite explosion last December, are yet to receive any support from government to put their homes in order.
Most of the victims say they are still putting up with family members and friends. Maxwell Kudako sent in the following report.
According to some of the victims, they have no option but to abandon their homes and put up with relatives because they cannot live in the weak structures that pose threat to their lives. Some of the victims share their frustrations with Joy News since the incident.
I
am from the northern region. My husband brought me here. I am jobless and so are my 6 kids. After the building collapsed, I had to put up with my friend. Government has to come to our aid. We're helpless. I don't have a place to lay my head. I feel so sad. We're pleading with government to help us. We're on our knees begging for help. We're pleading with government to help us. Our buildings have been destroyed. I didn't receive any of the items distributed by NATMO. We're all Ghanaians. We mustn't be neglected. Member of Parliament for Nsawam Aduejiri constituency, Frank Anodompre, says he can no longer control the anger of the victims. He also indicated that the people are ready to take an extreme action against the government in 2 weeks if they do not see any efforts to compensate them. He also called on government to release the Aduejiri, Ntoaso, Oreku and Akwedum lands in the Nsawam Aduejiri constituency, which have been seized by government's executive instrument because private individuals have started developing the lands illegally.
As a representative of the people, I have never taken rest on this critical and highly sensitive matter. From all official inspections and personal assessments, donation of hardware and other building materials, to the numerous number of affected victims and settlements of medical bills, among others, to responsible persons in authority, which have received little or no consideration at all.
And that's it for the news. Just in case you want to get interactive, on Facebook, please search for the page, Join Us on TV, and give us your comments on WhatsApp through the number 0560 800,000.
Yeah, and try and drop a comments for what we're discussing later this morning on my banner. If your father-in-law is a very, blessed person, let me put it that way. You're about getting married to his daughter, and he says, just come with your good self. I mean, even the suit that you're bringing, it will be dropped. Just come with your good self. I'll take care of everything. Would you do it or not? I mean, what's your understanding of father-in-law sponsoring your wedding or your marriage? That's what we're discussing later on my banner. A lot of experiences to be shared on that subject.
Well, as you ponder over that very subject, please also know that today we're going to have the FA Cup in the studio.
No, FA Cup is coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm late. I'm thinking of the FA Cup as usual. But today, the Black Stars also will be facing off with their counterparts in the qualifiers in the Tamale Stadium. We have Benedict also there.
Yeah, Benedict is right there. We're going to touch base with him later on here on our show. But we're also asking, what would you risk watching that game? I mean, would you leave the office early to go home, go and see the game? Or maybe you're in the office, would you leave your desk and go to another room where there's a television to watch that game? What would you sacrifice for today's game? Let us know.
All right, so we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at what stories there are front, back pages of the newspapers, and then we'll also look at the online portals. Do stay on.